we get our kicks on Route 66. First of all, I saw The Odyssey. Excellent movie. It was Star Wars. When you're watching it, you get the biggest Star Wars vibe that you can possibly imagine with all the monsters and like alien-esque type monsters. Now, we all know the Earth is supernatural in biblical times, and it states that at the very beginning of the movie. It doesn't say biblical, but it just says, I forget. Oh. I forget the exact wording, but it was like back when things were supernatural, but I don't think the word was supernatural. But what they mean is back in biblical times when the earth is supernatural anytime you're living in the Bible in real time. And but it had a great ending, and of course it's super long, but it's epic and it's telling this big. It was like 9 Star Wars movies packed into 3 hours, along with a couple Batmans. I mean, yeah, very Christopher Nolan. And the AI writes the script, and this we know. So I hate to give credit to fallen angels, but they can't do anything but the will of the Lord. So it's I was entertained, I'll tell you that, um, all the way through. For a very long movie to be entertained, all the way through is saying something. Oh man, well, haven't been yawning at all, but I guess talking to y'all, I start to relax and start yawning. Hmm. All right, so let's get on with part 67. I should have did Route 66 on part 66, huh? So, November 11th, 1926, Route 66. It's shut down. It goes from Chicago, Illinois, to Santa Monica, California. The 66th book of the Bible is Revelation. That's what this Route 66 is all about. They're saying the path to the end times, Route 66. There's some grapes of wrath. I guess we need to take a look at that. April 14th, 1939. We need to do that also. Okay. It's April 14th, 1939. Got it. And you get 9/11. Goodness gracious. Everything is popping on this date. You include both dates, you get 9/11. 31,911 days on our 9/11 event day. That's a little too perfect, don't you think? Look at the months. 148, which is Donald J. Trump and civil gematria. 1,048 months. There's your 58 in the weeks. Everything is popping off this date. I am telling you what's the truth. So this Route 66, November 11th, 1926. 36,447. 44, Book of Revelation, 404 verses. 47 is Trump's number. On Rising Day, it turns into 449, or it'll turn into 45 if you include both dates or run it to the next day of the 28th of the lunar eclipse. But 49 is his number. Excuse me, 49 is Antichrist in the same cipher as Donald J. Trump. Reduction gematria. Now, I want you to look at the 1197 months. 1197 is 666 in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, and it's the perfect match for Antichrist. I'm sorry. Let's start over. The 1197 is 666 in the Jewish Hebrew gematria when you spell out SIX, and it matches Donald John Drumpf. Brain fog is catching up with me right now. But the 1197, y'all, is 666. And the most biblical cipher, because it's where we get the number of a man, it's the number of the beast. It's the 1197 is the Bible verse. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. When you key in SIX, 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 apparently I'm having issues. When you key in 666, there's the 1197, which is the exact amount of months. 1197 months and 14 days. The 1-4, the 1-4, the book of Revelation. The 1-4, 666. The 1-4, the end times. And you see it matches Donald John Drumpf, and we've shown you many times Drumpf was the family surname until they changed it to Trump in the 1600s. Hey, it's 138, y'all. We've shown you that many times. So November 11th, 1926, I would say is the biggest direct smash hit we've had yet, because when you get that 1197 and you're talking about Route 66, the 66th book of November, the 66 Trump's penthouse is said to be on the 66th through the 68th floor, because 68 is Donald J. Trump in the same cipher as Antichrist in reverse reduction. It's 49 in reduction. It's 68 in reverse reduction. It's a double match for Donald J. Trump in two ciphers, where it's also a double match for Antichrist. Like we've said many times, that's why Steve Spurrier in 1968 played for the 49ers. It covers the 68 and the 49. He is the first king of Devil's Advocate University, representing Mystery Babylon's 7 kings. And of course, representing the Antichrist, Devil's Advocate. The 7th king of Mystery Babylon is the Antichrist. That's 007. The 8th is of the 7 because it's a twin clone deception. So it closed on January. Route 66 ran through June 26, 1985, and then they made it an historical road. So they wanted to give it a closing date, and it's 41 years, 1 month, 30 days, so 11-3 is coded. The 4113 is a gigantic personal cipher. Yeah. So I can't even begin to tell you how big that is. So George Bush's speech about New World Order was September 11th. What's the chances of that? 1990. You get Zapruder film right there with 34 murder in reduction in gematria. 13-13-4 is another way to say it. It's 13,134. Zapruder frame 313 is dead center. No pun intended. Look at the weeks. 187. So the backwards upside down 9/11 is there twice. You're watching this on your smart TV, so you can see the fine print. 116, they showed you in Back to the Future, which is a backwards upside down 9/11. They love that. George Bush's 9/11 speech. The Denver airport, February 28, 1995. It's nothing gigantica. Nothing gigantica. Now I'm looking at a bunch of personal ciphers. That blew my mind. And I don't remember what they were, but I'm just seeing all these 168s and 68s. My mind will drift and I'll start looking at stuff. And so Richard E. Byrd, Admiral Byrd, they call him. this South Antarctica so-called person. And Shaking My Head Productions did this long interview with him. He supposedly went to the North Pole, the South Pole. There's no poles. There's just center of the circle of the Earth, and then we're surrounded by the ice wall. But look when he's born, October 25th. October was once the eighth month. That's August 25th coded in 1888. Are you kidding me? That's 138 coded. Quasi. Allegedly died 2020's big date, March 11th. Again, representing 311-11-3 rising code. Let's take a look at this Admiral Byrd character. When you run him to event date, nothing really big. I mean, you have 34 murder in the days. Right off the bat, that's good enough. I'm sorry. And the hours are 128 at the beginning. Perfect. 1208. Then you run his alleged death. 83 murder begins the months. You get the 37 that we've talked about a lot. 608 begins the hours. Nothing too spectacular. Look at Prescott Bush, grandfather of one president and father of another. One of the biggest scoundrels in the history of the United States. October 8th is 88. 1972 was his alleged death. What a coincidence, 88. And born May 15th, 1895. So when you run his birth, it's 47-9. 79 is murder, so murder is baked into the days. 479, 49. So you have 47, Trump's number. You have 49, which is his name in the same cipher as Antichrist. And 79 murder. Prescott Bush just knocked it out of the park. No pun intended that his son owned the Rangers. Ooh, that was amazing. It's 131 years, 3 months, 10 days. So you have nothing but 1331s all the way across. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 0. Are you kidding me? Prescott Bush, 68. Look at the weeks. I've never seen this. Well, how many people are born in 1895? Look at this. There's 68, 49 weeks. 6, 8, 4, 9. 68 and 49 are both Donald J. Trump. One's in reduction gematria, the one's in reverse reduction. And Antichrist is also 68 and 49 in reduction and reverse reduction. We got our date. I know we do. That's impossible to have that. That's impossible. If you just Google Gematria calculator, it's the 4 base ciphers that give you ordinal, reverse ordinal. Well, it gives you ordinal, then reduction, then reverse ordinal, then reverse reduction. I can't believe that. 68-49. We just got through talking about how in 68, Spurrier played for the 49ers. That's what the 49ers are all about. What do you call a team 49ers? Well, it's about the gold rush. Whatever. Stop it. And then the day he died, 19,679. You got your 6-7 code going from the era of the 6th king of Mystery Babylon to the 7th. He was 79 murder. He was 79 murder in both his death and his birth. That's impossible. Now you run him to Rising Day, the death, and it turns into 1968, the big year. 2001: A Space Odyssey because of 68. Because of what we just said about 68. 2001: A Space Odyssey, MLK, RFK, and the Heidi Bowl, which with the right eye utterly darkened the Raiders, playing the Jets, which brought down the Twins and Donnie Darko on 11/17, which is the right eye Bible verse. Zero Dark 30 has 79 0 885. It's got murder and then 88, which is Trump and Simple Gematria. Look at the time on Zero Dark 30. 2 hours 37 minutes. Day 237 is our date of August 25th. Are you kidding me with a Zero Dark 30 with 237 right there? You're looking at it. I have to keep moving it because when this trailer plays, let me pause it. Pause the trailer. Okay, when it's paused, we can't get a strike. Look at this 237 right here. 2 hours 37 minutes. That's our date. Day 237 is our date. 47 over here in popularity. 74, the second progression of 37, 7.4 rating. Tell me we don't have our date. Tell me we don't have our date. Zero Dark 30, December 10th. That's the day my son passed. Would have been 12 years later. And January 11th. Oh, here it is. The 4052 with Zero Dark 30. 4052 is when you multiply 8 times 25 times, whoops, times 2026. 4052. And you're telling me they have 4052 baked into the budget, just as a coincidence. Fused with 25, the date. December 10th, January 11th. Let's go. 2012, then 2013. You get your May 8th right there, 5008. And 008 is, remember Bond was 008 because the 8th is up to 7. It's a twin. 13 years, 8 months, 138 Donald Trump coded in Simple Gematria. Goodness gracious, I can't believe all this stuff that we're seeing. 4974 in the days. 49, we've been over it, haven't we? 710 is the weeks. 710 is Eve in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria, the most biblical. That gives us 666, matching his name, Donald John Trump. I just can't believe it. I can't believe everything we're seeing. This is a top 5 video in this series. This is number 67. This top 5 video. The Hurt Locker. September 4th, June 26th. 49 down there in the box office. September 4th, June 26th. 2008, then 2009. A premiere date in Venice, then United States release date. The Hurt Locker. 88, 79, 12. 88 is Trump and Simple Gematria. 79, 12 is our May 8th date. 5 times 8 times 1978 when my friend died, which is the mirror of a, this is what this has all been about. There it is, 7912. You're telling me it's 88, 7912 in the URL of the Hurt Locker. Didn't it get Best Picture? Did the Hurt Locker win Best Picture? Yes, the Hurt Locker won the Academy Award for Best Picture. So what are you going to do with that? You're telling me they won Best Picture, and in the URL, it's 8879, which is murder, but it's 7912, which is our May 8th date. The previous one, we just saw our date to 4052. If you add 4052 plus 7912, you do get 119 Donald, don't you? Let's multiply them. Times our 8036 the other day. All three. You do get my name. 531 in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria. And that number. All right, the Hurt Locker. So I don't see a whole lot there. I mean, you got 711 and 12180 Christ in the year, months, days. There's just not a whole lot there. This Dracula, there's three different Dracula movies that Joe Rogan talked about. Not Nosferatu. When you look at the URL, um, you got 187 in popularity over here. You look at the next one. Yeah, you got 38, but you got 79 up in the URL again for murder. And then you got 34, which is murder in the four base ciphers with a 1922. And now what's interesting is one of them is 1922, the other one is 1979. And then the last one was 2024. There's three of them, three versions. Well, 1922 over to 1979, well, the 22nd prime number is 79, which is murder in simple gematria, and why I think District 22 was on the school bus, along with it being Groundhog Day. January 17th, that's 117 coded in 1979, and then April 12th, 1979. Here's your 79 dates. 17,388 on event day. 38 is death, 38 is murder, and 88 is his name. 47 years, his number, followed by 7 months, 9 days. 79 is murder and civil gematria, coded. CODED, coded. Then the other date, there's your 02, which is my friend's jersey number that died on May 8th. Shot and killed right before his graduation. He was the high school quarterback in the class just ahead of me. I graduated 79, he graduated 78, or was going to graduate 78. All right, the 1922 movie is March 4th, Marching Forth. 38,160. 38 is death, 38 is murder, coded. The 2024 film, December 2nd, December 25th. 631. $144 is in the hours. The other one is 608 days. That's 68, and it's an 86 because zero's in the middle. I'm not going to get into it, but I don't even need to stretch it, even though that's a personal code that I know how to look at these. And it does, but look at the weeks, 86 weeks. So you have 68 in the days, 86 in the weeks. We'll just leave it at that. We'll not ever try to explain the rest of that or what any of that means. Or what I was talking about. Lastly, that's it. We're done. Part 67, Route 66. Love you guys.